Okay, time for some more unfocused ramblings. So, I was reading a little book that is an old self-help book called The Master Key System, and I got to it through an interview with Terry Crews, the actor and football player, and all that, because he really likes it, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot, And regardless of what you may think about self-help books, or regardless of what you may think about, if you have any thoughts on the specific book, The Master Key System, I wanted to talk about, there's a little part in the beginning that's sort of like self-evaluation, and you can evaluate these different factors in your life. Like, okay, what's your health like? What's your what percentage of your kind of mental worth are you actually getting out of your career? And one of the things is concentration. And I actually wanted to read this little paragraph to you, because it just hit me especially hard, because, well, you'll see. And okay, whatever, I'll just jump in. Next comes concentration. Can you concentrate? Do you know what it means to concentrate? Can you direct the thought to any problem which may arise for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes, to the absolute exclusion of everything else? Can you unravel, disintegrate, take the problem apart, see every phase of it, see the cause which brought it about, see the solution, see it definitely, conclusively, and finally, and know that your solution is correct? Can you then dismiss the matter and turn your attention to something else without ever recurring to the matter again? If you can do this, give yourself 100%. If, however, you are haunted by fears, troubles, anxieties, if when you have no problem to solve, you make one for yourself by drawing on your imagination, if you are afraid of what this one says, or the other one thinks, or someone else does, then cut your percentage down. Because if you knew how to concentrate, you would not be afraid of anyone or anything. You would be in possession of a power which would make every other known power sink into insignificance. Okay. I could not concentrate very well. And that little paragraph just makes that really clear, that what it describes is not me. So I have work to do, because I know very clearly, very logically, that I'm not going to get things done in my life if I can't just concentrate, if I can't focus on a problem. Like, how could I expect to get good solutions to problems that I can't actually apply the full power of my intellect towards? So, gosh, like, how did I end up like this? And I don't blame myself, or I'm not gonna be too beat up about it, but there's certainly things like the influence of our cell phones, where I don't have to have any concentration to use my cell phone. I can literally kind of flit between topic and topic, and stimuli to stimuli endlessly. It is the anti-concentration device. Like, if you were going to design a machine made to break people's concentration, it would be a cell phone. Like, it'd be a cell phone with all sorts of social media apps, and that'd be a wonderful way to just wreck people's concentration. So I gotta figure that out, and I've done some work to limit my phone's negative impact on me. Like, the only time wasting app that I've got on there would be YouTube. And God, I love YouTube. It's hard to give up something like that. But I absolutely will use it in a way that is just reinforcing this pattern of passive entertainment from topic to topic. And it's robbing me of the time that I could be spending actually producing something in my own head, making a valuable, unique mental contribution that then I can turn into something in the real world. So I'm kind of thinking about it in terms of, like always, in like workout terms. God, it's so funny how, like, it's the few things that I know about working out just apply to so much. Like, it's sort of a weird, like, life philosophy. Anyway, I was thinking about in the gym when you're working out, the actual the stimulus that actually produces a result, you know, the valuable input doesn't happen until the very end of a set. If you're lifting weights, it's not until you're at the end, when it's really, really hard, that you actually achieve the stimulus that is necessary to produce the positive adaptation that you're going for. And when you're lifting weights, there's a term used to describe how many repetitions of that exercise you could have done if you maxed out your effort. So let's say you're doing push-ups, and let's say if you put in 100% of your effort, like if you did push-ups until you absolutely could not do another push-up even to save your own life, and let's say that was 20 push-ups. So if you did 20, then you would have no reps in reserve. So you couldn't do any more reps. So that would be called 0 RIR, 0 reps in reserve. And if you had stopped at 15, that would be 5 RIR, so 5 reps in reserve. Excuse me. Now, if you were trying to get stronger, then you would want to take your set of repetitions to somewhere close to like 2 or 3 or 1 reps in reserve. Like, that's how close you need to get to failure in order to get the appropriate growth stimulus. Okay, now why am I saying that? Well, I was thinking about that in the context of concentration, and how I'm so bad at concentrating that if I were trying to focus on, you know, some problem in my head, try to think it through, I end up stopping at like 10 RIR. Like, I'm not even close to pushing my focus to that point of valuable stimulus level. I'm not even close to that. I stop as soon as it gets uncomfortable. As soon as the first little distraction comes along, that's when I just pull the parachute cord and just, nope, I'll just move on to the next topic in my head. And so I'm getting weaker in my ability to concentrate. And that's a scary thought, because I'm trying to be a real adult, and I don't want to be losing my cognitive abilities like that. It'd be the same as if I were going to the gym and I start doing a set of push-ups and I stop halfway through my set, like literally half. I'm not even close to generating any more strength. And if anything, if I keep that up, I'm just going to continually get weaker and weaker. So I want to start thinking about my ability to concentrate in the same way that I think about my ability to generate, say, strength in the gym, which will, I think, need some intentional effort. And there's a few ways that I know would be good places to practice that. One obvious one would be like, oh, hey, let's work on meditation. That's not something I practice, not something I know very much about, but I do know that it would require focus. It would require being conscious of your thoughts and where they're going and why, and can you maintain presence of mind, which we'll come back to in a sec. Another one would be reading. I've found that my focus and concentration, my endurance with reading has gone down. It's hard for me to pick up a book and just like stick with it. I end up reading for like 10 or 15 minutes at most, and that's it. And even while I'm reading, I'm constantly getting distracted. I'm constantly having thoughts, visualizing, scenarios and stuff that are completely unrelated to what I'm reading while I'm reading it. Like, the words are still going by. I'm still kind of registering the words on some level, but I'm actually thinking about something else. And then I realize that I don't remember anything I've read for the last page, and I have to go back and reread it. Another good place to practice concentration would be in conversation with people, because that's another area where I can get distracted, where I let myself get distracted. Somebody's talking to me and I'm having my own kind of thought universe in my head, and I'm not really present. I'm not paying attention to them. So practicing, hey, can I focus on this person that is in front of me? Can I really focus on them and actually keep out all other thought, not get distracted, and give them my full attention? So really, it seems like it's really about being present. It's like, hey, can you be here now and not be off in some la-la land in your head? I feel like I'm just the absolute master of being in la-la land in my head. But the good news is, boy, I only have room to improve. And even at my worst, I'm still able to get by. And so it means if I make improvements in this, I think I can do a lot better than just get by. And that's what I'm hoping for. So I'll wrap it up there, and I'm going to keep working on my concentration and seeing how I can think about sessions of focus as equivalent to sessions of exercise in the gym, and how can I concentrate with dogs barking at me, how I can keep my focus and improve it and train it and get better. All right, thank you, and see you next time.